Morning, Patty. Oh, hi. Oh, you pulled out your heater, but good morning. Oh, this makes me so happy. You're not shaking, you're not grinding your teeth. Let's get you some food and water, okay? Yeah. Hey, sis. Well, she is doing, I know she doesn't look like she's doing better, but she is doing much better. Those two tubs that are behind her, she was literally leaning on them. But right now we're just trying to get as much heat into her as possible, and that thing puts out a ton of heat. But she's sitting up on her own. I know, sis. It's going to be a day or two before I think you're going to stand. Maybe when Rocky gets here, we'll help you up a bit. So I don't know. I'm just not really holding out much hope for those lambs. She is bred. If she survives, she'll probably miscarry them. But she's definitely doing better than she was. I wasn't sure she was going to make it to begin with. Good morning. And it is a really good morning. Yesterday afternoon, evening-ish, our world kind of got convoluted and turned upside down. We had just headed to the house about 3-ish for lunch and got a call from our buddy. They were out hunting, and his son had spotted some sheep in the pond. So remember earlier that day we had sheep out on the pond eating olives. We had chased them off, and apparently they'd gone back. And on the other side from where we were at, there's some open water. Well, 3 of them fell through. One of them died. Afton was able to pull the other 2 out. One of them took off running. We never did find her, so I'm assuming she's okay, hadn't been in there long. This one, who is the daughter of one of my absolute best milkers, she's the last of this line. She's never had a girl. She only gives me boys. But I didn't think she was going to survive, to be honest. When we got there, she couldn't move. He pulled her out onto the bank, which of course is covered in snow. So not only is she frozen from the water, now she's frozen from the snow. So we got her in the pickup, talked to Skip and Afton just really quick, and blew to the barn, got her in a stall with this big heat lamp on her, and basically hoped for the best. Our main goal was just to get her warmed up. So we had 2 of these feed buckets, basically propping her up, because when she'd lay down, she'd just flop over to her side. So we had her propped up so the heat would be like right on her back to her core. We wanted just the heat on her and to her to concentrate on getting warm. So when we left last night, after we got done feeding, she was actually sitting up on her own. She wasn't reclining on the buckets. And I thought, well, maybe. And I was so scared to come down here this morning, but she's up, she's eating, she's drinking, thank you. So I would have lost 3 sheep had it not been for them. So they will have my eternal gratitude. But yeah, so it is a good morning, and I'm gonna go and check those lambs that we vaccinated in tails on yesterday, just to make sure there's no effects. It didn't look like anything when I kind of looked through to come check on her, but we'll go check anyway. Oh, this makes me so happy. I really didn't think I didn't think she'd survive. with as fast and furious as everything happened yesterday, I didn't even record anything until we had her in here settled and she was kind of propping herself up. It was just such a whirlwind. I left my phone in the car, or in the pickup. I didn't even bother. It was just a get her in and get her warm. Everyone seems good this morning. We did re-straw this pen and the boys outside. Just barely see the head of the new baby. He is so small compared to these guys, but they're 30 days older than he is. So I wanted to check to find out when that ewe is due. She is bred. She is going to have lambs. I wasn't sure how far out she was, so she is due the 19th of September. So just about 30 days, give or take a couple days. But yeah. And she is out of one of my best milkers. So I'm hoping, I don't know, I'm hoping she'll deliver the lambs, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to affect them being submerged in the water. I don't know, as cold as she got, if she will abort them, if they'll be stillborn. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So hopefully, as good as she's doing, we're going to hope for the best and just keep hoping, because right now that is all we can do. While I'm up here, if I can get my computer to work, I need to order some, what do I need to order? I need to order some red paint. I need to order some more nipples for the bottles because Hopscotch has pretty much chewed through almost all of them. And then there's something else I needed to get. Oh, some RFID tags. I think I need 25 more tags for my 2022 lambs. And then I'm going to have to start ordering for my 23 lambs. I always seem to be just almost a year behind, and I don't like that. So I'm going to get the rest of these guys done, and I think the rest of these tags bought. And then I think the plan is when we run them to check the numbers, I will, words are really hard this morning. We'll switch out the tags for them. And then it's going to be really, really weird having just a whole flock of yellow tags. I'm so used to my colors and being able to coordinate this color with this year. So this is just a whole new system I'm going to have to get used to, but I think it is a step in the right direction for us. So I'm going to order that stuff, and then I got to head to work and then come home and feed all over again. It's a little dark in there, but she ate most of the hay, drank some water, but she's standing and moving, so I call that a win. We'll go ahead and keep her in for a couple days, and then put her in, probably not where the rams are. We'll probably put her in with the moms. There's no reason for her to go back out, and where there is the potential for her to lose those lambs, I just want to keep her close, just to keep an eye on her. So, day 2 of treatment. We just keep our fingers crossed. Because the weather is just not getting any warmer, we are trading out the fans for the heater. Wonder if he wants it right in that corner. It's the only outlet in here, which was kind of dumb of them. That's the only outlet in this whole room. And I know it's just for the tank and the reader, but that was poor planning. Guess we'll try that and see what happens. Next project, let's go check sheep and hope nobody's on the pond. It isn't supposed to get above freezing all week, but there's still that open water, and if it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? So right on the other side, right in that patch of cattails, that's where they fell through the ice. And 2 made it out, 1 did not. But I don't see anybody out on the ice this morning, which is a plus. And so, now let's go look for babies. Just spooked up a huge golden eagle that was over here in the trees, and I tried to grab the camera and he flew way faster than I could hit record. He was huge. So yeah, they're still around. There's nothing I can do about them. Somebody had asked about the canal and the leak. So this is the canal bank. On the other side of it is the lake that our irrigation water comes out of. And it follows the canal system. And it is, so there are, now that we found this other leak, there are 3, I believe, that are, this bank is leaking. If this busts, we're gone. All our buildings, our house, our animals, possibly us. So we keep a really close eye on it. They are aware of it. It is owned by the county, I believe. And so every time we see if a leak's getting bigger, we call them and say, hey, time to fix this. I don't know what their protocol and procedures are on fixing, but yeah, this is theirs to deal with. And I am pretty sure it is county owned because it's the county canal company, and so they have to deal with it. Now, that's not to say we are not obnoxious and letting them know each and every time there's an issue, because, you know, I say it's going to take us out, but there's a lot of farm ground and other people that are along this canal, not just us. So if it takes us, it could take out pretty much the whole town, which is like a mile that way. So they are keeping an eye on it. They are fixing it as they can. Again, I don't know. I'm not part of it, so I don't know what their protocols are on fixing it. But so far, so good. It seems to be holding. They do an inspection on it, like every year, every 3 years. I know they just had one last year, and you know, we do what we can. So let's keep looking for lambs. No babies in that group. Still whittling on that hay from a couple days ago that we put back here. There's a fat mama. Moscow, I have no food this morning. I'll feed you tonight. Okay? She is not one to miss a meal. And now, because I stopped, they all think that it's feeding time. Yep, I'll bring more hay out tonight. So if my count is right, I think there's only 11 that don't have any mark on them. Now I did order new paint that will be here this week. I did get blue, just for my own peace of mind, to see if anybody gets rebred or recovered. I don't like saying bred because I don't know for certain if they are or not, but they're covered. So yeah, as soon as that paint comes in, I will go ahead and switch these guys all out. They've been in there 9 days, almost 10 days. So in another 7 days, unless they are really low on paint, then I will go ahead and switch them out sooner. You know, if you guys would move down, you wouldn't be quite so cramped. There is plenty of room over here. Some days they're not the smartest.